Those might be trout.
Because they do look.
Look at the size. Oh, there's a big trout.
There's trout down below them.
Yeah, I see.
But I think that main pod were whitefish. Well, Mike, this looks like really good brown drake water. I think a brown drake nymph, your brown drake nymph could do some damage in here. There's a little pot of fish down there, which they look pretty happy.
Yeah, they're gonna. One thing with the brown drake, see them kind of swinging the nymph a little bit. They really have a lot of movement to them.
They do.
When they get ready to, kind of ready to emerge, they really emerge at night. But you know, we'll give them a shot here.
Sure.
So I just want to make a couple of casts.
Sure.
One thing that I have learned over time too is the brown drake is a mayfly that the nymphs burrow in silt, and they love this kind of water.
Okay, this is perfect habitat for
them. And the whitefish tune into them pretty good too. So generally you have some whitefish around where you're going to have brown drake nymphs.
Yeah, look.
There's a drop off here. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe just put a little bit of split shot.
Like a little number 7? But
real small shot, just to get down. I'm not sure I'm getting down far enough.
Okay.
I only use forceps to take flies out of fish's mouth.
Or your own body.
My ear, yeah. Okay. So I got a little shot on here, and I've got it about maybe a foot above the nymph. Now, I really don't like to weight these brown drake nymphs. I like to have them unweighted because I'm often fishing them in water with no current. Uh-oh, I'm short. But that fish...
Well, not for the one down below here, not. Oh, he's coming over.
Coming?
Coming.
I thought he might have had it, so
He tracked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try it again.
That's money. Come on. Come on, not.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at this. You can see what this is.
We have issues here with species.
Okay, we got a big old Rocky Mountain whitefish.
It's a Rocky Mountain bonefish.
And you know, when you fish nymphs, especially brown drake nymphs, you are going to catch some whitefish.
And you're going to catch big whitefish.
But this is a big boy.
Yeah, it is.
And you know, maybe some people don't like them, but these guys have saved a lot of days for me. They're a game fish.
People who don't like them don't know what they're talking about.
They're good eating. They don't fight as hard as trout. You notice he's not jumping or anything. I don't know if you knew it, I'm sure you do, but this particular fish, if you have water quality problems, this is the first fish to go. They've got to have clean.
I did not know that.
They do.
So now I'm even more impressed with whitefish than I've ever been.
That kind of gives you an idea. They're like the canary in the mine, you know.
That's great information, Mike.
Give you an indication
of great information
of what the river's like, what the water's like. So let's see if we can get this big boy in here. And he's a good one.
It's a nice fish, Mike.
That's a good whitefish right there.
Let me give you a hand, Mike. That's too much fish for one guy. Way too much fish for one guy, Mike.
That boy's got some heft to him, doesn't he?
Oh, that's a world record. World record, class tippet.
Yeah.
Class tippet world record, easily.
Well, I'll tell you what, anybody that's come to the Henry's Fork and fished the brown drake hatch, I guarantee you they've caught a bunch of these guys. And one thing about them too is
that's a pretty fish.
When the
beautiful fish.
Adults come out, they'll take dry flies pretty good too, but they tend to take nymphs more.
They love dry flies too.
Okay, big whitefish, go back and join your buddies. You know, even though I enjoyed catching this, I'd like to go look for some trout somewhere. So.
We love whitefish though, don't we, Mike?
Yeah, hey, I'm not going to complain. Better than no fish. we're out here on the Henry's Fork, but you know, the brown drake is probably most prevalent in the Midwest. You know, the big hexagenias that come out on rivers like the Au Sable in Michigan.
Sure.
You also get brown drakes.
Okay.
And it's great when you can catch fish on the big duns.
Sure.
But in fact, I've got a dun here to show you. And it's one of my favorite flies when they're coming out. Just to show you on the size of them, I got a few of my flies here, but here's a big dun right here. Notice the wing on that thing.
Yeah,
it's kind
big.
of a green color. It looks almost like a green drake, only the wing's lighter.
Sure.
But the nymph is long and skinny, and they live in the mud, but they can really swim. And because they move, and see I've got some gills on the side, the fish really get after them because they see them moving.
Sure.
And
so I bet you get some pretty aggressive takes.
Yeah, you do.
When
and
you're fishing
the
that
fish,
nymph.
and what'll happen is the fish will get so selective that they won't take the adults. And so that's when I'll put a nymph on. So
that's what I ran into that night.
And I kind of like to do like I did with this whitefish. I like to cast up ahead of where I think the fish are, let it kind of dead drift, and then twitch it a little and let it swing, and it looks like it's coming up to the surface. And that's when they usually hit it.
Mike, why didn't you tell me that 20 years ago?
Well, you know, I can't. You kind of, you're a work in progress, John. And we just kind of have to give you a step at a time.
I'll never forgive you for not giving me that information before that evening I went out.
Just think what you're going to know 20 years from now when you're here.
That's a good point.
Yeah. All right, bud, let's go try to find a trout.
Okay, let's go to the Box Canyon. Catch some of those big tanks up there, Mike.
The Box Canyon is going to be, you're going to feel right at home, right? That heavy water with those tungsten bead heads of yours. Man, I can't wait. Well, John, looks like you got the right nymph here.
What we've got here is just a natural golden stone, then the golden stone with a tungsten bead with no flash for clear water situations. And then the other version is the flashback for off-colored, when your water is off-colored. But then, you know, it never hurts to try the flashback in clear water. In this case, just a bit off-color.
Yeah, it's always like that here.
And just see, you know, if you might get a little more action on it. So it's just worth a try. The only way to try it is to fish it.
Well, let's get after it.
Let's go see. This is good out here. God, I mean, there should be fish out in this scene.
Yeah.
Can you see your indicator okay, Mike?
I think so.
Do you want to put this other one on?
See this bubble, I can see this thing good. I don't think, yeah, I was going to say the tight loop, beautiful cast is out the window.
Yeah, it's more about heave it. It's not even
kind of just lobbing that way, aren't you?
What you do is just lob it out there. The more weight you have, the slower you lob it. Error-free cast you can make is just water loaded.
So that's sort of almost a roll cast then, right, John?
I had to look. Almost instantly went down.
But that's like a roll cast sort of, right? I mean,
it's just
when you roll cast, you use the water to
it's kind of a semi-roll cast.
Yeah, you're getting the line tight and then just flipping it up.
Much easier to not get tangles that way.
Yeah.
And I think what we're running into here, because it's such good-looking water, is the there we go.
Say, there we are. Now, John, a lot of times you can get an awful good fish in here.
This is good fish.
There's some big fish in this river.
I got a big profile on this bad boy.
Good. I'm going to be interested to see what fly that fish took, so make sure to land him for me, okay?
And after that statement, for sure I'll lose him.
Now
just throw this in as far as fighting fish. You see guys with a rod up here.
Yeah.
You have no control.
Yeah.
I like to keep the rod low, and I use my fingers for drag.
And you're going to try to steer that fish into this shallow water, right?
Yeah, so I can snub down and use, that's where my drag is.
Right.
This is a heavyweight.
But you're doing a good job. I saw him roll up there. He's got a lot of girth to him. A lot of girth. He's using that current.
See, I'm pinching down.
He's rolling his side up to get that current.
Yeah, it's a good stout fish. PMD emerger. You know, Mike, when there's PMDs or yellow sallies, the biggest lock there is on earth is a red 16 copper and a 16 flashback emerger. Prove that on rivers everywhere I fished. Okay, I just released him.
Yeah, and that's a better kind of release without touching him anyway. Hey, John.
Yo.
I've seen a couple of fish rising in this little slick up here.
Yeah?
So I think I'm going to put it dry on and see if I can catch one of them. And you know, I've seen all kinds of stuff coming off here, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of bugs. If you saw some fish coming up, definitely that's...
I've never really fished a lot of dry flies here in the Box Canyon, but I have seen some rises. And I'm going to try a little double setup here. I've got my little easy caddis, which is perfect for this kind of water, because I can see it. I'm going to put it as the top fly, but then I'm going to put a little caddis emerger as a dropper.
I like it, Mike.
And just see if I can entice one of those fish.
This is called a tongue teaser. It's just kind of an all-rounder when you're not really trying to dial it in to any particular insect. Primarily in freestone streams where, well, for nymph fishing, it's a good fly under a hopper if I'm hopper copper dropper fishing. Oh, nice fish.
No. Yep. All right, John, I was working up along this bank and there's a few caddis. And that easy caddis, you know, I fish this combo a lot. It's an easy caddis with a caddis emerger.
Oh, it's a great combo.
And the easy caddis, you can see it, and once in a while they take it, but it's the caddis emerger they're almost always on. And that is what he's on. You can see
on the pupa?
The adult here, and yeah, it's a kind of a caddis emerging pupa. And it's very similar to the adult. It's tied out of the same materials, it's just tied in pupa style.
That's a really good looking combo, Mike. So obviously works.
Get him in here. He's he's sort of a teenage fish, right? I mean, he's not a juvenile. Maybe
no, he's middleweight.
He's maybe 2-year-old fish, maybe 3. Beautiful Box Canyon rainbow here. So let's see, maybe he's come off. By gosh, he has. Didn't even have to take the fly out. So now this guy's pretty tired fighting in this heavy water. So we'll just kind of hold him a minute here. He's ready to go though. I imagine these fish in here are pretty tough. They're tough fish. They fight this heavy current, and so there he is. He's ready
out of here.
Oh, there he goes. Just let him kind of make his little move and cruise on out of here.
No problem there.
I've still seen a fish or two rising, but I'm going to stick a stonefly nymph on and then use one of John's little nymphs as a dropper. John, I got to catch one in here on one of your nymphs.
Man, you can see that indicator, can't you?
Well, it's hard to see with that light, isn't it? Oh, that looked kind of like one there.
Good fish, Mike?
It's a pretty good fish.